The other topic that we want to move into is really Bad Bunny's 200 million boost and the impact that that's had in Puerto Rico. And Carolina, you are from Puerto Rico, La Isla del Encanto.
Yes.
So I love being able to talk, have this conversation with you because just on Saturday, Amazon, or on Sunday, Amazon announced that their Saturday streaming of the last concert of Bad Bunny's residency broke the record of I think it's the largest audience of a musical streaming
Concert.
concert streaming.
Before Bad Bunny, it was Beyonce. And Beyonce has like 5 million, almost 6 million views. He had like 11 million.
Yeah, he more than doubled it.
Insane.
Yeah.
Insane. Benito Martinez Ocasio, his real name, which is Bad Bunny. I mean, his story is awesome. And I think it's more simple than what people might think. Bad Bunny, he grew up in Puerto Rico, in Vega Baja. He comes from a normal Puerto Rican family. I mean, his dad was a truck driver. I think his mom was a teacher. I'm Puerto Rican, typical family, like hard workers, good people, givers, humble. That was his family, and that's who he is. He did an interview with El Nuevo Dia, which is a newspaper in Puerto Rico, a very important one. And the title was, I'm Just a Human, right? And I loved that article because it is the essence of Bad Bunny. Basically, he said that the reason why he was doing this shows about Puerto Rico, in Puerto Rico, no? La residencia, the residency. He explained it very simple. He said, like, when I came to fame, like big fame, like in 2022, he said that he felt very empty and lonely because he was like, I'm just far from everything that I am, like my family, the things I like, the sports I do. And I'm just with all these people that I don't really know, powerful, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Even in one concert, he said that he was very depressed, like singing, that he stopped and he left the stage. But he also tells the story that when he was interacting with people and he would say, I'm from Puerto Rico, two things happened. One is that people will be asking him questions like, oh, what about this in Puerto Rico, the history and stuff like that. And he will be like, I don't know the answer. I'm Puerto Rican. I grew up here and I don't know the answer. I don't know my history. I don't know what to tell them. That's one thing. The other is that he noticed that when he would talk to people, rich people from other places, I'm from Puerto Rico, they would be like, oh, taxes. And he'll be like, damn, like, come on, get taxes. Like, what's going on? We're more than taxes. We're not a tax heaven. So those things made him go back and think. And he was like, man, I went to school. I was smart. I had good grades. I don't know my history. I don't know what we are. I don't have my proudness. I mean, I don't know. I go places and people talk to us like, okay, tax heaven. That's it. We're not this. So he went into this inside, I don't know, revolution. And he started reading books about history, connecting with people, talking to people that know a lot about Puerto Rico. And he did this album with Joel. With Joel, he is a historian, very young. He's from Puerto Rico, and he did the information about the island. You know, when you see his videos, I don't know if you have seen it.
Yeah, I've
they
seen
have
many
those
of them.
banners with the history of Puerto Rico, and he started a mission. And
So was this concert in your opinion, was it about exposing Puerto Rico to the world, or did it have to, or was it sort of telling Puerto Rico we need to know our own history?
it's about telling Boricuas, be proud of yourself. You're more than what you think. Being a Jibaro is not to be ashamed of. You're a Jibaro, be proud of it, and know your history. I know you don't know your history because I didn't know it either. I'm going to help you, and I'm going to make you think and feel that we are cool and we deserve better. And this is for the Boricuas in the island, and also to tell the people in the world we are here and we are more than what you think we are. That's what it is. And that's why in the concert, all his music is so much patriotism, right? And I think, you know, when you learn about the history of Puerto Rico, you understand that there's a colonialism factor from the United States. 1898, U.S. invaded Puerto Rico, and it became a colony. I mean, they used Boricuas to go to war. They implemented laws and regulations that really didn't benefit the island. It just harmed the island, the citizens, but benefited the country, United States. At one point, they brought a lot of things in exchange that help the island grow in infrastructure and stuff like that. But the system didn't develop for the individual. It became an island of poor people. I was reading statistics today, Wadi, and in Puerto Rico, like 42% of the population is poor. 42%. So some people would say like, oh, but you guys are territory of the United States. You are with the United States, but we are 41% poor. So we depend on federal funding. Puerto Rico receives about $20 billion a year, approximately, from the United States in federal government, and we're poor. So the whole system, which is crazy. I can talk about this for hours here, but it's the colonialist mind, people that don't feel enough. We have received some help from the United States, but governments have stolen that in
Local
the island.
government? Yeah, okay.
Local government, absolutely. A lot of fraud. The ex-governor Wanda Vasquez, she had a fraud case recently. We have people like, there's a lot of cases, most of them federal, investigated. Actually, Trump hold some of that help because he was mad at what's going on in the island. So there's a lot of corruption. But you get a lot of corruption when you receive a lot of free money.
Yeah.
That always happens. So that's why the movement that Bad Bunny is trying to bring to the island is about conscious and telling people, believe in yourself. You're awesome. Boricuas are awesome. And we are more than a tax haven. He also hates the tax haven thing because he thinks that if a person lives like 180 something days in the island and have an address, you can go there, start your business, you pay 0 federal taxes, and the only thing you give to the country is like 4% in local taxes, which is minimum. And they offer jobs and stuff in exchange, but it's not equitative.
It's not the same balance.
It doesn't work. And what's happening is that all these rich people are coming to Puerto Rico to benefit of those things, and they're buying properties and stuff, and everything is going up in prices. And those poor people that I mentioned, nobody can afford anything. So there's a housing problem in Puerto Rico. The young people are leaving the island. In the last 20 years, I think 17%, I don't know if I have this wrong, a lot of people left. There's more Boricuas in the United States than in the country. And that's not the idea, right?
Well, let me ask you this on Bad Bunny, to some of the items you were mentioning now. There's no doubt that many of the headlines we've seen here in the mainland in the United States, it's typically when there's a tragedy going on in Puerto Rico, everything from Hurricane Maria or to possible cases around fraud, or just, it's typically when you're in the headlines in general, typically it's not good news. And there's been many artists in the past who have criticized sometimes local government in Puerto Rico, or have criticized the U.S. federal government in their role in Puerto Rico. There have been many people who have said that the U.S. isn't doing enough towards the island. My question is this: Does Bad Bunny kind of change the model of advocacy? And what I mean by that is, I believe what makes him stand out is a lot of other artists who I'm sure love Puerto Rico. These are Boricuas that love the island. Some of them born in the island. Some of them have born in New York or in other places. I'm not trying to come against their love for the island, but their approach wasn't one like Bad Bunny. It seems that he changed the model where he said, I'm going to change by bringing people to Puerto Rico and doing my residency here instead of the rest of the world.
He even said in that interview, what I did, it's something that anyone could have done before. I mean, they just didn't do it, right? But I don't blame them. You know, many artists are focused on the artistic part, and they don't want to get involved in, political context. Because even though this is about culture, it's about politics as well. And he has been critical of governments and stuff. So, but I think Bad Bunny is just different, He has a different heart and a different mission. He's a guy of mission. That's why when he tells the story of 2022 feeling bad because he's not connected to his roots, he has a different mission, and he's not afraid of it. He's not afraid of it. And he's courageous. I mean, let me give you an example. This might sound funny. I don't think he's a good singer, right?
The social media is gonna blow up with that comment.
No, but he's not a good singer. I mean, he's genre. He has a cool voice, and he's authentic, and he's different, and he's original. He writes very well. I know his lyrics sometimes are kind of like,
for some people, they can be vulgar.
XXX, but in the genre, the way he writes is amazing. I mean, many of his music, you listen to some songs being sung by other people that have amazing voices, and it's like, wow, what a great song. I mean, he's great at that. He's just not an amazing singer. But the fact that he was there in the stage singing Preciosa next to Mark Anthony, being him, that he doesn't have the voice of Mark Anthony, of course, it talks about courage. I mean, just think about the type of person he is.
Mm-hmm.
He really doesn't care. He bets on him. He goes for it.
He goes all in.
And that's what he's showing with this. Many artists, maybe they thought about it. Oh, I would like to say this about Puerto Rico or use my platform for this, but they didn't have that courage. But he has it. And I think we can expect a lot from Bad Bunny regarding politics and culture in Puerto Rico. A lot more.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. He's been active. And one thing that I do like about what he did is he didn't just criticize, he took action. He said, I'm going to be sort of that change that I want to see. And he has the power. I think he's proven that you can do that. It's going to be interesting to see what he does in the future in the space of politics in general when it comes to Puerto Rico, and then what other artists begin to say in that. I do want to thank you, Carolina Rosario, for being here today on The Game. Appreciate your time here. I'm sure we'll have you back here again.
Thank you so much, and thank you for what you're doing. I mean, it's important to have conversations about every topic, so it's great. And don't forget that I have a surprise for you guys on September.
You have an announcement coming, right?
September 30th.
All right.
So, ahí estén pendientes in C Rosario News, my Instagram, so you guys can see what is it about, and it's good for all of you. So, tune in.
All right, make sure to pay attention there. Thank you to our audience for tuning in for this episode. Again, this has been The Game, the show where we go play by play, analyzing the game of politics.